Hello, welcome to 15 Minutes of Fume. I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And we are here today on behalf of Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, the perfume laboratory that makes products for people with too many feelings. Made by people with too many feelings. Applause. We are back with you today to finish reviewing the Haute Macabre BPAL perfume collaborations. Last week we posted 5 of these. I don't know. I'll go look it up. Anyhow, we have the remaining 6 that at least we have here in the house, and we're going to smell them. Haute Macabre, if you didn't tune in last time, is a wonderful shop and blog and just all-encompassing website run by a dear friend of ours that we have collaborated with on numerous occasions to create exquisite, spooky perfumes and hair glosses that represent, you know, the luxurious gloom of the underworld.
There you go.
That's simple enough, right? You can explain that to your grandparents, right? So
You can. They might not like it.
no. Well, they're already halfway in the underworld, so.
Just like, oh.
Anyway, we're gonna dive right in with. I've got them all laid out right here off camera. We have a perfume called OCCULTATION. Occultation, like occult. OCCULTATION.
Occultian.
Please confirm for the audience that I'm just not insane and making things up.
No, it's occultation.
Occult. I liked my version. The notes of the scent are black velvet oud, indigo musk, smoked patchouli, golden myrrh, and tree moss.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Well,
this is
hold
an oud scent, which intimidates me.
Ooh.
Okay, give me.
I think this is an oud you'll like.
Now, oud can have like a sour or even like almost like a feral, what some might say barnyard smell. It really shows up in a lot of like animalic perfume blends that are, of course, associated with all things related to earthly desires. So this is a perfume that could drive someone into an erotic frenzy. So just be prepared when you wear it.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I love that golden myrrh, though. That really, so myrrh is
Yeah.
a softer note that really mellows out the oud. And there is like a kind of a green, sharp, like mossy smell, which I think harmonizes nicely with the tang of the oud. So I'm not getting like a wild, crazy oud experience here, which is
Maybe
nice.
that sweeter oud that we have too.
Velvety is a great way to describe it. A number of these perfumes are inspired by real-life cemetery visits, and this is St. Louis No. 1, Haute Macabre, based around New Orleans, so that should tell you a lot about the particular angst that we're working with here. St. Louis No. 1 is, it says, drooping Spanish moss and crumbling marble, sweet olive blossom, there's a note we don't use too often, 13-year aged black patchouli, and offerings of bay rum, Florida water, and tobacco. So it's like offerings left at the cemetery for spirits. I can't wait. I don't really know what olive blossom smells like. How would you describe it?
I don't really know either, because I'm not smelling it on my own. That smells like New Orleans.
I love this patchouli. It does smell like New Orleans.
Yeah. It really does.
It's that bay rum, the Florida water,
Yeah.
and definitely that kind of like smell, that kind of sweet green smell of decay everywhere.
All that heavy moss.
Yeah.
Just being so sad. So droopy.
And this is not one of those blends where if you're terrified of patchouli that you have a lot to worry about, because it's not
It's
really...
not patchouli dominant.
Well, I mean, not in the bottle. We're going to try
Right.
it on. Okay. Now we're going to... It wasn't just a phase, which I think is like the motto of the Haute Macabre website. Related
or
to...
a goth, if you were an adult goth that was a teen goth. It was not just a phase.
Right. That's the whole thing. That's the website. Sorry, Grandma.
Right.
Sorry, employers. Sorry, high school guidance counselors. I'm just like this. And you can tell by smelling me.
It wasn't just a phase.
7-year aged patchouli and polished black cedar with midnight black vegetal musk, fossilized amber, Spanish moss, and please help me with this, nagarmotha? Nagarmotha?
I'm gonna say yes.
Nagarmotha. Nagarmotha? Motha? It does have some overlap, I thought, with totality.
Mm-hmm.
It's that fossilized amber.
Yeah.
This is a whole different stank. This definitely has like a kind of like a defiance to it. It's like, I don't care about your beauty standards. I don't care if you're judging me. I'm not interested in hearing about your personal beliefs or your opinions about how I look.
I'm turning up Susie and the Banshees. Get the fuck out of my room.
And this one is with the patchouli. I would swear there's an oud in here also, honestly.
It might be the musk.
But it definitely has more like of a claw situation happening like right out of the bottle. So we'll try it on and see if we can stand each other.
We've got Burying Point.
Burying Point. Burying Point is a fragrance that contains damp clusters of brown patchouli, dried maple leaves, black sage, spikenard, and curled misshapen mandrake roots. This sounds like everything that I want. It kind of all depends, right? The maple leaves, I love it when you can detect the maple leaves in a perfume.
Wow, that's a whole different cemetery.
Definitely more of like a dead leaves and decay and that style of scent.
Yeah.
And I love that patchouli because it's just like that kind of thing that like wraps both arms around you in a big brown sweater. Like depression.
Wow. This
But
is
that,
something else.
that dried brown rooty smell is like, and the idea of carrying that scent with you indoors and making people deal with it is so cool to me.
Yeah.
Number 5.
ESBAT.
ESBAT. ESBAT. The silent rays of the full moon piercing the shadows of an ancient grove.
Whoa.
A ragged canopy of moonflower and morning glory. Dew-touched mosses creeping over gnarled oak roots and shimmering beams of mugwort, cuckoo flower, and rose mallow. I'm excited to get some floral action happening in here. Especially rose and mallow, which are 2 notes that I really love. I don't know what I would have said this had in it if you had me smell it blind.
Yeah, mostly in the bottle, I am smelling mugwort.
Fascinating. I don't really track what wugmort smells like.
I know because of a few of our other perfumes.
It's wugmort, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's wugmort.
It's a misprint. It's got that creepy Victorian floral situation that we've done in our Yule An Evening with the Spirits series.
Yeah.
Which is like the kind of flowers you bring to an event that is tragic or likely to go tragic. It's very moody and there's like a kind of a sigh of longing about it. And then the last one we have today is Laurel Hill. Not to be confused with Lauryn Hill, who I bet smells wonderful.
The miseducation of Laurel Hill.
Of Laurel Hill. Due to
That's
shipping,
one of my first CDs. Okay.
Due to shipping problems lately in America, your Laurel Hill perfume is likely to show up just as late as Lauryn Hill would show up to one of her concerts. Mountain laurel petals limbed in pale pink, setting among boughs of hemlock, soft mosses, and dark lichens.
So I think that the visual is like cemetery at sunset, because that is kind of what.
Or dawn. I want to smell it. You can't keep the bottle and the lid.
I want to.
Oh, I love this.
It's really different than all the other ones. The other ones are much more rooty and.
This really is like a mist, like rising.
Yeah.
It definitely smells. I mean, it's more of a springtime cemetery scent than the ones we've smelled so far, which are much more autumnal.
Mm-hmm.
And the softness is really beautiful, but it does have its darkness. I'm curious to see on the skin what comes out, because the laurel is not a note that I normally really would recognize, but maybe on the skin I'll get mosses and lichens. Welcome back to your remaining minutes of FUME. First up, we have the OCCULTATION, which is the oud, indigo musk, patchouli, myrrh, tree moss sensation. Which, oh wow, I have to say, isn't bothering me at all.
No.
I don't hate the oud, but normally it's like when I'm smelling it, I can't think about anything else, and that's
Yeah.
not good for like driving or, for example. Oh, the musk is really nice. But there's something like still really unlike musk can go very perfumey, and this still feels very much kind of the natural world
Yeah.
or supernatural world.
Yeah. A little more
It's a supernatural musk.
Yeah.
Overall, this is just like a really dark, beautiful, lovely, elegant
Elegant.
perfume.
Yeah. Elegant.
And
And
it-
eerie.
Also reminds me of something that we might have smelled in New Orleans, honestly.
Yeah.
Really love this. I wish I had
wow.
tried this on sooner. Okay, next we have the St. Louis Cemetery, St. Louis number 1, which is the moss, marble. Oh, now there's the patchouli.
Yeah.
The claws are out, but it's like a kind of smoky, scratchy patchouli, and not like I'm buying sunflower seeds in bulk at the organic store patchouli. I love this though.
It
And
really smells like New
It
Orleans.
really does still smell like New Orleans.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say I don't know how Beth does this, but you do it by going to New Orleans a whole bunch. She knows. Excellent. Oh my gosh, it's actually making me homesick for that place, which is not my home.
Home away from home. So.
Great work.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Next we have It Wasn't Just a Phase. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just a phase. Oh my gosh, that should be one of our poetry contest prompts. Okay, this is merely a 7-year age patchouli, not 13. This one smells more like oud to me than the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Might be the musk and the amber hanging out, maybe with the spikiness of the patchouli. I don't know.
I would not be able to wear this without being distracted by that smell. I can say that. And it's on my hand and probably now on my face. So buckle in. And next we're moving on to...
Burying point.
The burying point. That's the brown patchouli, maple leaves, sage, spikenard, and misshapen mandrake root. It's a dank, earthy brown.
Spikenard. I don't know what spikenard is,
I've
but
been
that's what
spiked
I'm smelling.
right in the nards.
Spikenard.
It's still like there's a kind of like a sour
Yeah.
quality, which I think is maybe the mandrake.
Mm-hmm.
It does have that like earthy outdoors smell though, like you're like going into one of those weird chapels in the middle of a cemetery that no one ever sweeps out,
Yeah.
and there's like paper programs in there left from somebody's funeral. Oh, it took me right back. I'm buried up to here. This is my burying point, right up to the nose. Okay, so then we have the ESBAT.
Mhm.
ESBAT. That was the one, oh yes, with the moonflower and morning glory. Wait, I'm in the wrong place. On my own arm. Wow, evening. Very much of the evening smells.
Yeah. Softer.
The sun has gone down.
Yeah.
The night flowers are exhaling. Everyone is wondering why you're still in the cemetery. The security guard is coming with a flashlight to fish you out of there.
We close after sundown. You know the rules. It is posted at the gate.
Yes, I just wanted to visit the grave of Lola Montez one time.
Do you smell the moonflower?
I do. It's really heavenly. I love this.
Yeah.
It's a really kind of delicate, floral, and the headiness of it really, I think, comes from the other notes, the mosses, the mugwort, like the dark, creepy stuff. And then finally what we have is that Laurel Hill. Mountain laurel petals, limbed in pale pink, settling among boughs of hemlock, soft mosses, and dark lichens. I do like that there is like a pale pink floral quality to it, but there is also like the kind of the deep sense of isolation of the wooded area,
Yeah.
and then like a distinctly feminine, like floral perfume, like heavily underlined with something dark and creepy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're out of time.
The video's over.
We have to go. Why are you still here? The video's over. Go.
It's over. Go! Get out!
It's like the end of Ferris Bueller or Spice World.
No, we're
where
done.
They're like, you have to leave.
I'm closing down.
Leave!